Tell me about Atlanta as a city, again, capital growth-wise. So
It's
you've seen the
alive.
population move by about 2 million
Yes.
over those 3 or 4 years you've
Yes.
been there. What about for
It's actually close to 5 now, would you believe?
Wow.
Yeah.
So what things you do, how time flies, eh?
That it does.
But the beautiful part is I would assume that over that period of time and a recovering US economy, that property growth would be really
Huge.
strong.
Yeah. So in terms of financial growth, I've seen probably about 30% increase from when I originally went there. And again, bearing in mind, this is on the back of the GFC in a country that still hasn't fully recovered. So the opportunities are still there for new investors to come in. And the way I look at it is that the income in US dollars becomes what we would call the lifestyle for the investor. And the capital growth at the end of the holding period becomes the retirement. So basically they're winning, investors winning both ways. You're getting 2 bites of the cherry in the way that, but more specifically in answer to your question, Atlanta is alive and pumping. So we see constantly the new infrastructure, but things like the lifestyle has really changed dramatically with great restaurants and people places, outdoors, parks, recreation. The sporting facilities are out of this world. These new stadiums that keep popping up, it's just a fun city. It really is. And Atlanta isn't somewhere that you would go as a holiday destination, but it's basically a business city. You know, tourists would not put Atlanta on the agenda.
Yeah, there's so many people get mixed up with Atlantic City.
Yeah.
So when I talk to people about Atlanta, they often go, "Oh, that's where the gambling is," and I say, "No, it's down south." So Atlanta, Georgia, is what we're referring to, and
Yes.
it is very much, from my experience,
And
business related.
the history is phenomenal. So just down the road, you've got the Martin Luther King town, where he was born, where he preached, and you can still go into his church and hear the old tapes of his sermons playing. Gone with the Wind, Margaret Mitchell. You can go to her house where she actually wrote the book, and you can actually go out to Tara as well, the house. The Confederate stories, just that history side. I mean, I love history and I love old buildings. Unfortunately, General Sherman went through and burnt most everything to the ground in Atlanta. He spared Savannah, so if you really want to see some really good historical old American stuff, which is still part of Georgia, but he said to the president, "I'm going to give you Savannah as a gift," and that's the only city that he didn't burn down. But the history of what happened through that time, it's part of Atlanta. And Atlanta's very proud of their city. Americans are very proud, very patriotic people, as we know.